Hello, Elektron. So I want to show you again. I have sent this already before, and I've already showed this on Liam Killen's channel as well, and I have a video up on my own small channel. I wanted to send this video to you just as a reminder. I'm still using it, and it's more useful and more amazing than I saw it to be before. Just a quick review. Basically, when the digitact or the syntact or the digatone or the analog rhythm or the analog 4, when those, but we're using the digitact in this case, when it's being sequenced externally here by the T1, torso T1, then the sequencer of the digitact can be filled with fill trigs, and then so then when you hold down a fill trig, you can see it's full of trigs. They're all fill trigs. When I hold it down, so let's just listen to the kick. All right, so this one's a fill trig and nothing's on it, and we've activated track 1, which is the kick. When we hold it down, let's go into the bass filter and high pass it. Now let's lock some, everything's normal, right? Put some delay on there, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of sample rate reduction, and affect the attack on the amp. Okay, cool, but then when we let it go, it goes back. Now, from what I understand, some people, when I made my video about this, some people, 1 or 2 people mentioned that they had encountered this, but they saw it as a problem. And that kind of scared me, because if Elektron saw it as a problem, or if enough people saw it as a problem, they might get rid of this, which would be a huge, huge bummer for me. Because right now with this bug I can do this. Alright, so let's look at this. We've got all my sounds, right? I can go like this. Right. So those are scenes. I don't care whatever you call it, those are scenes. With these, I guess because they're fill trigs, they're not being activated at all times. Like, you've only got one activated when you hold it down, and then it's sort of acting like a fill trig, but you're not pressing the fill button, you're pressing the sequencer step, and it just brings them all to life. So that I guess they aren't being recognized as traditional parameter locks. So if the limit says like a 70 or something, however much the limit is for the entire pattern, that becomes it. Well, actually, I haven't tested the limit for locks in a particular, or maybe I have, I can't remember. But at any rate, if there is a limit, it's going to be the limit that is for an entire pattern, for a single scene. So that means instead of, and that's at the worst case scenario, when you hold one scene, you have only like whatever 70 or something. So for, as you saw here, for performance, it works incredibly well. And then just to show off here, so my favorite way of using this is, so I've got actually let's use the track 6, which has the percussion, as an example. So right now the pattern of this percussion is being dictated by 2 LFOs. One of them is the sample tuning on hold mode, and the other one is sample length. So an LFO is on even speeds. They're both on 48 with a multiplier of 16 for the sample length and 16 also for the tuning. Those that's controlling this repeating locked-in pattern. Now, if the LFO speed is knocked off just slightly and then snapped back to its original even 48 speed, it's going to change the actual LFO pattern, or it's going to change the pattern for it's going to change the loop. It's going to make it sound different. So this one scene here, I've designed to just basically just get rid of everything, so you don't hear anything except for the clap. So when you hold this down, you're going to hear the clap still, but the clap's going to happen less often, and then this bongo line is going to be completely different. Every time I press it, it knocks it into a different, and you can do that with any of the tracks. I think for this, I like to have, see how I've got this kind of on track 2, there's this synth that's opening up and closing based on LFOs. But if I hold this down and let it go, now it's different. So it's different every time I go into a little breakdown, and this is incredibly useful for bass music where there's these little breakdowns and drops. So there you go. So basically the message here is, please don't do anything to this bug. It is, the people that know about this are very glad that it exists. I'm a small channel. I had a chance to talk about this on Liam Killen's channel, and I've had, some people reach out to me as a result of it. Not that many though. And so if I was this massive channel, if I was Ricky Teens and I actually sent this to Ricky, but he didn't, do anything about it. But if he made a video of this, then the community would, obviously, more people would know about it. So I plan on, still promoting this and circulating it and getting it into the right hands. But and making my own, I made my own video a couple years ago, but I'm gonna make another one that's shorter and a lot more impactful. It doesn't. I was kind of rambling a lot. It took a long time, but for now, I just figured I'd send this to you quickly and first, so that you had a refresher and a reminder of this, and just in case there was, maybe a few people had mentioned it. I know it's kind of not officially supposed to be there, so if enough people complained about it, you'd probably want to change it. But please believe me that this thing is a huge, it's just a miracle. It's a huge, it's become the backbone of my live set when I'm using the Dig Attack for these, and not just the Dig Attack, but the Analog 4 as well. You just hold a sequencer step, right, and then it's a breakdown, or it does all these kind of crazy things. You could and of course it's I've only got 16 steps here for one page, right? But you could have up to 4 pages, and each one of those steps, it's 64 steps. Each one of those can be a different scene that's doing completely different things. You could have sample locks, change the samples completely for every single track in that pattern. You could give it a completely different set of samples, changing the entire kit. And of course, in the Dig Attack Mark II, which is for which this works as well, you can have the 128 different scenes in a single, because you got the two rows of pages, the 8 pages or whatever. So it's just incredible, and yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, Elektron. And I hope you hold on to this bug as long as you possibly can. If not, I mean, I know that you wouldn't get rid of something if it's if people are using it, which is, I guess, just why I'm sending this to you, to show you that I am using it. So I love you. Take it easy. Talk to you when I talk to you.